Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing. And today I wanted to do a spiritual check-in with you guys and see how you are all doing mentally, emotionally, handling all the energy that's going on outside. So if you're here, send me a message in the chat and let me know you're here. Let me know if you have any questions and what you want to talk about. And if you happen to catch this on the live, uh, please feel free to let me know how you're doing. Let me know if I can help you to figure out what's going on, or perhaps even other people in the chat might be able to help you with some ideas for what's going on. We have lots of resources here on the channel for helping you to get back into balance and to just achieve a little bit more peace right now. Um, there's so many different ways to talk about balance, and it's not that balance is some ultimate goal. Balance is a constant, in the moment, being mindful type of thing. It's a little bit more like we're always juggling the balls and we're always moving. And as long as you can go with that flow and you can work on trying to maintain different aspects of that balance, the balance point is always changing, because that is the only thing that is actually constant in the world, is that we are always in a constant state of change. So balance isn't some ultimate goal. It's more a process. And so when I say that I'm helping you to get back to balance with all the different things I do, that's what I mean. I mean that I'm helping you to stay in a place where you feel good, where you feel centered and grounded, and that things are going along well. So that when you start to slide off, then you just meander your way back in, because we never stay on this place of balance. We're always shifting and moving. So we just want to be pulling ourselves back towards that middle. Hello, Judy. It's wonderful to see you here. It's been so long since I've been able to see you. I hope that I get to see you sometime this summer. And hi, Rachel. Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:00. Are we just waking up today? I bet you stayed up really late last night again. So let me know how the two of you guys are doing and where you're at right now. I know that there is stress and things like that everywhere. Everyone's dealing with it at different places. Um, Things like social media or TV, as in watching the news, depends on what you're watching, can sometimes make that stress and that anxiety worse. Or perhaps you're dealing with the monetary issues, with the fact that prices on everything are rising and that kind of stuff. And just the overall energy of the world right now. Um, we're all in a slight state of unknowingness, a slight state of anxiety. So you guys will just have to excuse the train you heard a second ago. So Rachel says, busted, stayed up until 2:30 a.m. watching Kingsman with the hubby. Well, you deserved it. And as long as you got your morning sleep in, you got some self-care. So that's good. So just the stress right now, and finding ways to distract ourselves from that stress, like enjoying a little bit of TV or taking a ritual bath, um, doing something that makes us feel good inside, doing some crafts, doing different things like that can really, really help to get you back to that balance point, to make you feel a little bit more stress. And there are tons of herbs, teas, and things like that that you can drink to help you to feel a little bit calmer, to lessen that anxiety, There are essential oils that you can diffuse or incenses that you can burn, because scent can really, really make a difference for us when it comes to our mental and emotional health. So there's all sorts of things like that that can help you as well. It just depends on where everyone's at right now, for types of things that I might recommend. So, uh, Judy says, I have been at a state of irritability, and Greg loves hearing the train. Well, say hi to Greg. Hi, Greg. And yeah, the train here at Star and Splendor likes to go by every time I do a live and every time I'm trying to record. It's pretty funny. So in the lives, I've just kind of given up, and hopefully it's not too loud, or hopefully my voice is loud enough that you can still hear me, is my only hope at this point. Um, so irritability. Do you think that is probably because you're feeling like you're on edge? Like the fight and flight mode is kicking in? There's lots of things that we can do to kind of soothe that. Things like meditation or the essential oils are really, really good. Um, and things that we can do proactively would be to staying away or limiting the amount of time that we watch the 24/7 news cycle. So I know that every morning after I've done my meditations and I have all my stuff in place, I do check in and see what the updates are that are going on the other side of the world. And I usually kind of check in before I go to bed too, which is probably not a good idea. The checking in right before bed, I should probably make it a little earlier than that and make sure. Well, most of the time I do usually listen to some mantras right before I go to bed, so that probably balances that out a little bit. But things like listening to mantras or guided meditations and things like that can really help with that irritability and can help you get into a good place so that you can get some sleep. Because if you're not sleeping properly, that could be even more of a problem with what's going on. So, Rachel says, I'm going to be hopping on a plane to New Jersey this Friday to visit your family. That's awesome. I'm super excited, but this will be my first flight since the pandemic started. Well, that's really true. Just make sure that you do whatever you feel you need to do to keep yourself comfortable and to keep that anxiety level down. Um, whatever precautions make you feel safe and you feel protected, and don't worry about um, what the other things are, obviously, as long as you're following whatever guidelines are still in place. I don't even know what those are for flights, but just make sure that you have things to keep you distracted, that you have some of your inner peace oil or something like that, so that you have that little extra bit of peace for yourself while you're on the flight. And I don't think it's too far that you're flying. It should be a pretty short flight. That would be great. Um, And Rachel always says this live is super relevant as I'm definitely feeling stress and anxiety. I think a lot of us are. I think that the energy that I am picking up from just the ethers, the universal energy, and I don't mean universal life force energy, because that is always calming and peaceful. And that's the great energy to make sure that you stay connected with and ground and center. There's videos on the channel for a guided meditation for grounding and centering, and a lot about what grounding and centering is and why it's important to help us to stay feeling like we're even in our bodies, energetically to our physical bodies. Um, but the consciousness energy is all on high fight and flight mode around the world right now, and that's the energy that I think that I've been picking up on, and that's why I decided that I had to do this spiritual check-in again. So hi Lisa, it's good to see you here. Feel free to pop in and let us know how you're doing, if you have any questions about things that you have going on. And I see that there's actually other people here in the chat as well, so feel free to ask questions about different sorts of things that might be able to help you with your anxiety and stress right now, or to share with others what you're doing to keep your stress down. Um, Judith says, I think it's just my way of being anxious. That's probably true. Um, I can actually see that for you, knowing you personally, that when you're anxious, that you would probably just be a little bit more irritable. So think about things that make you feel calm. Think about things like I said, the ritual bath, meditation, aromatherapy, those sorts of things um, that would help you feel peaceful inside. Perhaps a walk on the beach, because I happen to know that you are down in a warm, sunny state. So if it's not too cold for you now that your blood is so much thinner than ours is up here, yeah, go for a walk on the beach and let the water just crash on your toes and pull all that stress and all that anxiety back out into the water. And Mama will change it back into something peaceful for us. So, Rachel says the meditation from your sleep video has been a lifesaver lately, by the way. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad that it's really helping you. Um, Honestly, I have been turning that on myself, and no, I'm not listening to my own guided meditation at the beginning, but I'm putting it on for the music, like right when it ends at about 20 minutes when I finish talking, and I'm using the music to help me stay in that state of sleep. That 432 heart rhythm of the earth hurts music is really, really awesome for that. So yeah, I've actually been using the music that I put in the video myself since it lasts so long. It's beautiful. Lisa says that I have lost 6 family members in 5 months this past year. I'm so sorry, Lisa, to hear that. Very, very sorry. Sending you much love and healing and compassion. 2 to suicide and 1 in a house fire. And you lost your job due to stress and going through a lot. And I'm still not okay. I can't seem to get my act together. So grief is really, really hard to pull yourself through. And then the depression that can go along with it. And I'm trying to think of ways to, you have to allow yourself to feel it, which really, really sucks. And it's the same thing with when we do shadow work and things like that. When you have to embrace and acknowledge the way that you feel so that you can use those feelings as a strength to start moving forward. So allowing yourself to process and feel those things, because it's okay. That's a lot of loss, and it's okay to be grieving, and it's okay to have those feelings. I'm hoping that you have some support system around you to make sure and checking in on you to make sure that you're okay, because that is really vitally important. And reach out to someone that you love and that you trust. And perhaps even with that much loss, you might even want to see if you can find a grieving support group, whether that's online or in person. I think that that might really be able to help you to move forward and to just pull yourself back a little bit at a time, one step at a time. And I think that that's important. Like I said in the very beginning of the video, that balance isn't something that we have as this goal down the line. Balance is something that we strive for every moment. So the more that we can be in the moment, the more we can try to work on where we want our energy to be. One of the things that I truly believe is that when we are always focused on the past, when we are living in the past and saying, well, what if I had done that? What if I had done this? I should have done that. all of those things that hold on in our sacral chakra, in our gut, that we hold on to, all those grief feelings and stuff like that, and worries and doubts that we hold there. When we live in that past instead of being here right now, where we are at now, enjoying the moment of life, we tend to pull ourselves into depression. And when we are constantly worrying about the what if this happens, what if this happens, and worrying about that future unknown that isn't here yet, we put ourselves into a state of anxiety. So the goal is to try to, as much as possible, and it's not something that even I've perfected all the time, but it's something that I am aware of 98% of the time, to pull yourself back to center, to pull yourself back to the moment, to be right here, right now, and experience what you are doing. Even if what you are doing is making your plans for your trip 2 weeks from now, you are in this moment working on plans. You're here and you're making plans. Or if you're cooking dinner, pull yourself into cooking dinner and do it in a mindful way and focus on what's happening right now, not all those other things that happened before, or those things that may never happen, or the things that are out of your control. So when you go for a walk on the beach, allow yourself to fully be on the beach. Allow yourself to feel the wind, to smell the salt and the sun and the water, and feel it, and really fully be there. Embrace being on the beach. And if you can't get to a beach, go for a walk in the woods. Go for a walk in the city. It doesn't really matter as long as you're fully embracing where you are, and try to remember to give yourself that time. Set your alarm if you need to once an hour, once every 2 hours, just stop, feel your body. What does it feel like? And take a nice couple of deep breaths to pull yourself back. And then go back to what you were doing. But that mindfulness, that mindful moment, it'll really help to pull you back a little at a time. It's not perfect. And Lisa, it's not going to help you get over that grief this much faster, but it will help in small moments. It'll help in small doses. And I really hope that some of the other things that I suggested might be able to help you too. Rachel is saying that she's sending major love to you, Lisa. I don't know if you saw that in the comments. So she's sending you big love, and we all are. Judy says that she took a long walk in the woods today. See, I was talking about the beach and then the woods, and you went in the woods. That's pretty funny. So you're very welcome, Lisa. Lisa's saying thank you. Rachel says, it's not easy at all to do, but I tend to think of grief as a river. Yes. The tendency is to see it as a ball in the pit of the stomach, or as a stone in your heart, but it needs to be something that moves and flows. And thinking of grief as a river, because it is constantly flowing. It's constantly flowing into all the different states. And you go through the calmness, and you go through the anger, and then you go through the denial and all the other things that are there. And I think that instead of that thing that you're going to hold inside your body, like you're saying, Rachel, that's perfect. Instead of holding that pit in your stomach or a stone in your heart, allowing it to be just something that is washing over you and around you, but it's not always the same. So instead of holding on to it, letting it flow and letting yourself actually experience those feelings as they come. instead of pushing it away. And I think that that will really, really help with what's going on. So I do hope that it helps you a lot, Lisa. So, Rachel, did that help with your anxiety about the plane? Let me know. You can also think about things that you might want to have for you, like Thieves Blend or some other essential oil blends to hand sanitizer and things like that, if that's kind of a worry for you as well. So she said, yes, thank you. I'm glad. So, Judy, did your walk actually help you today? Were you allowing yourself to get into that state so that the walk could help? Because that's really kind of important as well. Like I said, if you're going to go to the beach, you want to really feel it and be at the beach. And you can do all of this without going outside. You can do your meditations and allow yourself to really fully be in that state. Remember that guided meditations can be more like a visualization. They're helping you to sense and feel the energies and to calm yourself and bring yourself to a point where you can receive the information that your unconscious or your subconscious is trying to get into your consciousness to help you through this. The information that your higher self is trying to get to you and that your guides are trying to get to you will come to you when you can allow yourself to get into that state of listening. And that's why I've been putting up so many different types of guided meditation on the channel to try to help people with that as well. So Lisa says, thank you. I'm trying. I really am. I was the last person my nephew reached out to before ending his life. I'm sorry, Lisa. And I know it's going to take a long time. And I know that you will be able to get through this. And it's going to be hurtful. It's going to take a long while, perhaps. But if you can get that support system around you, it will be really, really vital to you being able to let go of the guilt and things that you might still be holding on to. And Lisa said that she didn't get the text that he had sent until morning, and it was too late that he had sent it at midnight. So yes, dealing with that guilt is really going to be hard, but it's it's not what you can take on. You were asleep, and it just happened to be that way, and it's just depends. And I really am I am holding space for you and hoping that you can perhaps find a way to go inside and let your unconscious or your higher self be able to help you a little bit. And that support system is really going to be vital and important right now. Judy is saying, yes, it always helps to go out for a walk. It always helps me too, to be able to get outside. And certain places that you can be just help even more. If you can find that special place that really becomes your place to go to refresh and to rejuvenate your energy and to let go of all of those stresses and worries and doubts and fears and just fill yourself with that good positive energy from the earth, from nature. It really is a great access point to access that universal life force energy, is to be outside when you can really feel it and you can feel all of the stuff in nature and hear it and sense it and smell it, it really helps you to pull yourself back in. So Rachel says, I'm going to listen to one or several of your guided meditations while I'm waiting for the flight, or I'll put some of the oils too. That was great suggestions. Thanks for reminding me to think of them. You're welcome. And for those of you guys that are looking for oils and things like that that help with anxiety, they are available in the shop. But I also have videos on here on YouTube for herbs for stress and anxiety, essential oils for stress and anxiety, other tips that I may be not thinking of right now, also for anxiety and stressful times. All kinds of different information about mindfulness and things like that, all here on the YouTube channel. And also, if you go to Transformational Healing by Dawna.com, Dawna is Dawna, like it is in the title of this video. You can find a Chats with Dawna section, and in there's also all kinds of information about different things about essential oils. If you're more the type of person that wants to read through it or print out a list and copy and paste the list of oils that might help you, or things to add to your teas that might help you because you like to make your own blends and your own herbs, I put that information out there too. So there should be all kinds of things that are great information for you to help and pull you back into that place of balance and to help you to relieve that stress and anxiety using herbs, which might help a little bit on the physical level. Or if you're using them as incense and things like that, there's all kinds of things, or spiritually using them to make offerings or to make things to carry on you, protection. There's stuff for all of that kind of thing to help you feel safe right now and to help you feel like your energy and calming and soothing down your nerves. There's really so many ways that you can go with it. It just depends on what you feel comfortable with. Are you looking for herbal remedies, aromatherapy, or spiritual ways? And all of them are on the channel. And you can feel free to ask. I've been seeing new people coming in and out. So feel free to ask any questions if you have them. And if you're watching this on the, I also do answer any questions that I get in the comments as soon as I can in the replay comments later. And if you are here on the live, but later on you have comments, you can feel free to put them down in the regular chat as well. Sometimes the live chat will stay. If you click on a special link, you can see it. And other times you can't actually see what people have said in the live chat. And it just depends. I can't figure out that YouTube algorithm for that. I'm marking it that you should always be able to see it, but sometimes it doesn't show up. So feel free to ask those questions in the comments or in the live chat right now. And you never know. I may actually end up making a whole entire new video with some of the comments and questions because it might be a bigger topic, but I would always answer you in the comments below the video and then actually even link in another video that I make just for you, if that's how that works. So, hello, Erin. How are you doing? Been wondering how you've been doing and what's going on with you. Rachel says, thank you so much. You always know the perfect topics to discuss and help right when I need it the most. Well, I think that I pay attention to what people are posting. You know, I pay attention to the comments that I get, and I pay attention to my dreams and to things that I'm seeing people post in other groups and things like that. And sometimes I just wake up and know what I'm supposed to talk about. So other times I have things planned out well in advance. So like the next several weeks of videos, at least for Tuesdays and Thursdays videos, are planned out in advance, and they should be, going along with the energies of what's going on, I think. I hope. Um, and but Sundays, I always just try to go on the fly. And honestly, a lot of times what you might see up in the future is that literally it's just going to be every Sunday is going to be a spiritual check-in. And we're going to talk about where people are at and what people need right now. And then that will help me to stay ahead with the videos too, if you guys let me know what's going on with you. So I'm going to take a sip. Got a little bit warm in here. So, let's see. Other things that are going on. Rachel has been helping me. We're going to set up the Earth Week challenge, which is going to start. Let's see. When is that going to start? Give me 1 second. Let's see. The Earth Week challenge is going to start on next Monday, the 18th. So a little bit over a week from now. But we have a challenge that we do in our Transformational Healing Tribe Facebook group. And every year we do an Earth Week challenge. So each day there's a challenge to clean at least one thing, even if it's just one drawer, in an area of your house. And I'll have different things going up each day for the contest. But the more days that you participate in our contest and support each other and that sort of thing in the contest, the bigger percentage off coupon you get for the shop. And anyone who participates for all 7 days, it goes from Monday the 18th until whatever that following Sunday is, gets their name put in for a grand prize as well. So I'll be putting out more information about that next week as things get closer. But this week we are doing the cleansing ritual bath class is on special. So I have created a make your own kit for a cleansing ritual bath. And it comes with all the ingredients that you need that get sent to you in the mail. And then you get a PDF booklet that's really pretty. It's not just writing in words. It's a really pretty PDF that you could print out if you want, or just save it on your computer, that goes through all of the directions and talks about creating that bath and how to create it, how to take it, what to do afterwards. And I even created a video class that goes along with it as well. So there's several different modules, and that comes with bonuses like music for your bath and all kinds of different things. So if you are interested in that, it's normally $44.95, and it is on sale until tonight at midnight for $24.95. And you need to go to, might help if I had that link in front of me. I'm going to copy it and paste it into the comments, but you need to go to transformationalhealing.dawna.com/ritual-bath-kit-guide. So I'm going to put it in the comments so you guys can find it. And after the live is over, I'll actually put it over in the comments for everything else as well. So, but if you're looking for a way to create your own baths, because when you get all the ingredients and everything, you can actually order extra baths so you have more stuff to make more than one. And you can get an option to, when you are in that page, to actually learn about all different kinds of baths. I have a very large bath class that is on sale as well this week. So that's what I have for announcements going on. But let's see. Erin says, I'm doing mostly good. Lots of moving parts in my brain, getting ready to move to Portland. I'm so excited for you, girl. Things are getting better, but it's a heavy fight for me right now. So um, I can definitely see that. And I know that you have lots and lots of stuff going on and lots of plans. But I've also been watching a little bit of your posts, the ones that I can catch. And I think that you're doing an amazing job. I really do. And just remembering that when it gets a little bit too rough, to do that slight pull back. But when I say slight pullback, it might not be the pullback that you're thinking of. It might not be that, I'm not talking about that extract from the world, pull into myself type of pullback. I just mean to set those alarms for yourself to say, oh, I have to get up and I have to stretch and move around and breathe and take a nice couple deep breaths. And if all you can do is actually just take those breaths, then those sorts of things will help you. Setting that alarm to go off like during the day every 2 to 3 hours or once every hour, something like that. It can really help as a reminder of everything. So just that quick little, bleep alarm, and you go, oh, and even just those few seconds of reprieve, of pulling yourself into yourself and out of your head and out of everything else that's going on, can help you to get to that next step, can help you to get refocused so that it can calm and soothe so that you can get to that next step. So I hope that that is just a little bit of a moment, and you're going to have to make that yours. That's the biggest thing. Like when I say that, it works differently for each person. So you have to make it yours and you have to claim it and claim your own time by yourself to do something that you love as well. And this, turn this off. Turn it off for an hour or a half an hour every single day so that you can't be interrupted. You don't interrupt yourself. You don't get stuck in a Facebook or an Instagram or a YouTube or whatever scroll. You don't go down the scroll hole, and distract yourself from what you need to be working on. 15 minutes of working on something towards my goal, 15 minutes of peacefulness and doing nothing but staring at the birds out the window and setting that alarm to breathe. Something, like make something that like that. Maybe an hour each day where you take pictures. Well, that might be a little bit too much. Erin is an awesome photographer, very, very great photographer. So her pictures are just amazing. I have tons of them in my house. But whatever time you can get for you, and you pick those things that you're going to do for you by yourself, the work you're going to do for you for your move, and what you need to do for your reminders to just stop. Also a great cook. Maybe cooking will help you too. So Erin says, thank you. And you're right. I need to get better about that. And it's not a blame thing. It's just something that you're, well, now I can do this. That's not a great idea. Let's see if this works. And if one idea doesn't work, then you try another one. But making sure that you are taking care of you to get away from all of these things. Even to get away from scrolling on YouTube. And I'm a YouTube channel. I want you to be watching all my videos. I want you to be helping you by watching my videos. But that means that if that's what you're going to do with listening to a guided meditation or watching some videos that are similar to the things that I do to promote wellness and mindfulness and healing and those sorts of things and balance, that you need to make it so that when you go on, you have subscriptions and you've subscribed to those channels that are good for you. And you go straight into YouTube, you click on that subscriptions thing and you go straight to those channels that are only good for you, and you only look at those channels that are good for your mental health. And then when you're not in that I'm taking care of me stage and you want to check in and see what's going on in the rest of the world, then you can let yourself look at the other things, or let yourself look at the subscriptions you have saved for work. Like I have a ton of subscriptions for different channels that I have for creating YouTube videos and marketing and social media and all those things. And if I'm in my relax and find out some cool new thing to be able to pass on to my tribe, then I'm not looking at all of that stuff. And I have them all sorted into different sections, and I know who my subscriptions are. And if I want to go look about stuff about gardening and things like that I'm researching right now, I'm being very focused and I'm only looking at the gardening videos and hoping that YouTube is recognizing I'm only looking at gardening videos instead of throwing in some new stuff from what's going on over in Ukraine. So, and that doesn't mean I don't want to know that, but I don't want to know that right now. So I try to put on a little bit of a blinder of self-care during my self-care times. And then I'm working on doing mantras and just listening to them while I'm working to help calm and soothe me, and so that I can stay focused. Focus music is huge for me right now. Between music and aromatherapy, I think those are my two things that I've been doing. We had a couple of nice days, but it's mostly too cold for me to be getting outside and going outside right now. But that's where I'd really love to be. So, Judy says, I'm a Virgo and I'm all about earth. I did not know that. I did know that you were very earthy. You are definitely an earthy mama. But I figured, down there on that sunny coastline, maybe a little bit of beach. No, definitely go for your walk in the woods if that's where you need to be. Then that's definitely where you need to be. Erin says, getting to have the ability to be re-energized in cooking and photography is such a big part of the move. I can imagine. I have too much here that I can't see the beauty right now. So changing perspective. Well, that makes sense. And do what you can. It's those little tiny baby steps. And like I said, it's whatever is calling to you, calling to each of you. That is the most important thing. And keeping yourself in that place of being able to remind yourself. So, like I said, and when you have to do things that you don't want to do, use those timers for that too. Or use the timers for social media. If you're going to go look at what's going on and going to go watch the world news, set your timer for 15 minutes or a half an hour, or however long you're going to give yourself, an hour, whatever it is for you to research what's going on, whatever you need for you. Could be 5 minutes just checking titles and headlines, not watching anything. Set your timer for the things that you need to do for you, and set your timer for the things that you need to do for other people and for other jobs. And maybe, Erin, you're working on packing. So if you need to be starting to go through stuff that you have gathered in the house, then set a timer for 15 minutes or 20 minutes and do just that task. Just that one thing, that one drawer, that one box, that one whatever, for 15 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes, whatever you need to do, and focus on it. And when that's done, you stop and you go do something else. And then maybe after you go do something else, you can come back and do another 20 minutes, but set your timer for that as well. And the timer has been the only thing that's been getting me through the fact that, we're seeing more people now. I'm working at Star and Splendor. I'm teaching classes and things like that now. But honestly, since the beginning of 2020, the only thing that has gotten me through the last 2.5 years has been setting alarms for myself, because I will go down a scroll hole and not get work done. Or I'll do the opposite and I'll be so focused on work that my family is like, hey, hello, we exist. We're out here because, I've gotten so deep into this awesome, exciting thing that I'm working on for work. Or I might even be stressed out about what I'm trying to get done by a self imposed deadline that I gave myself, that I'm not paying attention to my family. So I've had to balance out all of that as well. And the timer was really the best thing for me. And making sure I literally have my, thing, I have timers for other things that go off. So if I'm going to work on a project, I'll set like the alarm that's on my phone or perhaps on the fridge, something like that. Kind of like a cooking timer, I'll use that. But if it's my daily alarms that go off. I have alarms that remind me to go get a drink of water, um, or to take my medicine, and every time, or it's time for tea, and I will sit and I will have tea and do whatever I want, whatever I feel comfortable doing while I'm having tea, um, and not work on the project. So I'll take breaks that will, do that, and setting specific times to spend with family. Like I've set a line in the sand that, as of this time, it's time for dinner. And after that time, I don't work except for little tiny itty bitty things, but I don't go to the computer to work. But if I can like return a message on my cell phone or something like that, or reply to a comment on my cell phone during a commercial break, that's different. But trying not to work after we stop for dinner at night, and those sorts of things. So those are the things that I do, and maybe they'll help you as well. Um, Judy, Erin is sending you lots of love and hearts, tons of hearts for you, girlfriend. And ready to get better about setting timers. I get so lost in things and I blink and I've lost 2 hours. Yeah, that's what I mean about what I'm calling the. And it doesn't even have to be scrolling on Facebook or going through YouTube videos. It could be totally different things. It could be doing actual Google research for videos that I'm doing for you guys or for posts. And it just happens. And the time is gone and you don't realize that it's gone. So I definitely, every time that I need to do research for a project, I say it's worth 30 minutes of my time for this post, or it's worth 10 minutes of my time to glance really quick at some information that other people have put up, or go through my books and my notes for what I have. I have 10 minutes to see how I recommended this herb in the past, and that's it. And 10 minutes is 10 minutes, because when we're talking about all the different things that we're doing, that takes up so much time. So I set an alarm, and when the alarm goes off, I'm done. And then I write my post, and figure it out. And a lot of times, I just think right. So a lot of the recipes, I'll wake up with them in my head. I don't know whether it's my unconscious or subconscious that creates these recipes, or I'm being gifted these recipes, channeling recipes. But I'll write them down as soon as I wake up, and then I'll research them to make sure if there's any questions. I mean, a lot of times they just make sense. So that's why I'm saying my own, just putting things together. Like this is the exact right amount of drops for an aromatherapy blend or something, or this is the perfect tea blend for that. I wake up with YouTube videos. These are the videos I need to make. Not that I know necessarily what I'm supposed to put in each video, but like titles of videos, that happens all the time to me. And just kind of, paying attention. And I guess the more that I'm able to pay attention and be in the moment, the more that kind of stuff seems to flow. And when I get in my own way and I get worried and stressed out about things, I'm blocking that energetic flow. And that's why I set the reminders and the timers to remember to stop and breathe. And I think it's vital. So I hope that I have helped all of you guys. And like I said, join the Transformational Healing Tribe Facebook group. If you want to have people around you for support, you can feel free to post in there. We try to post things on a regular basis in the group ourselves, but anyone is allowed to post if they want to share something fun, something uplifting, or if you want to share a question or that you're having problems right now or where you're at, that you're feeling down and you're looking for fun cat memes. I don't care if that's where you're at, and or you're looking for essential oils that have helped other people when they're feeling XYZ, or herbs that people have taken, things that people have done. Doesn't matter what it is that you're looking for, but post and ask, and feel free to comment in that group as well. But we're gonna have that challenge to try to like get everyone motivated, and going through the different rooms in the house. You know, there's a kitchen, living room, bathroom day. The yard is always on Earth Day. Earth Day is going to be on Friday, so hopefully it'll be sunny and we can all get outside and do a tiny bit of yard or porch work or something on that day. But it doesn't have to be a long period of time. Like I said, it's people will do a single drawer and post their picture and their why, and people will deep clean a whole entire room because they save all their deep cleaning and do it this week when we do the challenge because they're so excited about it. Sorry about that, guys. So that's going on. And remember about the ritual cleansing bath. Tonight's the last night to get that for the large discount. So definitely check those things out. I'll put links under the video for that as well. So, sorry, Judy, hang on. That's what I get for turning on the heat so I could take off my sweater in here. Judy is asking about sharing poetry. Absolutely. Poetry, artwork, pictures, anything to inspire people is amazing. That would be great. So definitely feel free to share all of that. But if you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to pop them in and I'll wait another minute or two. But other than that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I think almost all of you guys are subscribed that have been chatting with me anyway. But if you're watching this on the replay, pop those questions in and I will definitely get back to you about that. And I am sending all of you many blessings and reminders to stop and breathe and to watch where you're getting your social media stuff from. And when the energy is starting to feel crazy around you, pull yourself back and just stop for a minute and breathe and feel your body. Feel where you are at and breathe it and calm and soothe it. And bring something lovely. Always have something that brings you joy close at hand so that when you need it, it's right there and you can look at it and it can give you much love. So I send all of you many blessings. I don't see anything else coming up in the comments. So sending you guys love, sending you compassion, and add that compassion and that love and just send it back out into the world to try to balance out that calm whenever you can. So if you're feeling an overwhelmingness of calm because of some of the recommendations that I've had, or light a candle to just send out some peace, then do that to help everybody else too. But you can't take care of everyone else unless you are taking care of yourself. Many blessings, tribe. And we'll see you guys live next Sunday. And we'll have videos on Tuesday and Thursday this week. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.